Hi, I'm Roxanne Richardson, and this is Technique Tuesday. This video is the second video in a series on two-at-a-time knitting. I created a playlist for this series, which you can find a link to down in the video description. And depending on when you see this video, there might be just 2 videos in the playlist, or there might be a whole bunch. The first video was an overview of two-at-a-time knitting and the various ways it could be done, such as alternating between 2 items that are each on their own set of needles, knitting 2 at a time using the magic loop technique, or 2 at a time using the 2 circulars method. In this video, I'll explain how to cast on for 2 at a time knitting when using the magic loop technique. Like everything in knitting, there are multiple ways of doing this, so I'm going to show you 2 approaches. The first can be used for any 2 at a time situation, regardless of the cast on method you're using, and regardless of whether you are starting with an open tube like the cuff of a sock, or closed tube like the toe of a sock. The second one has more limited use, but it is good to know in the situations for which it does work. So let's get started. You're going to cast on each of the items onto their own needles at first. So you could be doing an open cast on like this, where you have an open tube like you would have for a cuff down sock. Or you might be starting with a closed cast on like for a sock toe. In my case, I have a cast on and then I knit 4 rounds of ribbing for each of these. And now it's time to join them together. If you don't have needles that are the same size, start with 1 needle, cast on for that, and work the number of rounds you want to work. If it's an interchangeable set that you have, you can slide these to the cables, remove the tips, put smaller tips on there, not bigger ones, but smaller ones, and then create a new needle with these tips and do the second one. If you don't have an interchangeable set, but you have only fixed length circular needles, then what you can do is take a smaller circular needle, that is one that has smaller tips, and then just slip all of the stitches to the needle with smaller tips. When you've done the second one and you have 4 rounds or however many you've done for each of them so that they're equal numbers, now we can join them together on 1 circular needle. If you have needles with different tip sizes, start with a needle that has the correct tip size. So in my case, we're going to use this gold one first. We're going to start the round by knitting across the first half of this item right here. Okay, we've got the first half of this first item done. We're going to put down the yarn and that needle tip. We're going to pick up this set of needles. We're going to work across the first half of this item. We've worked the first half of the round for each of these items now. So these are now joined together on this half of the needle. We're going to turn our work, just as we always do for magic loop. And we're going to be working the second half of the second item. So we need to get the needle through those stitches. And we pull out this larger tip size that we want to use. And now we can work across the second half of the second item. Okay, now that we have finished knitting this item off of that needle, it could be the smaller tip one if you needed to do that. So now we can work the second half of this item. So we bring the yarn up here, we drop the yarn from this item and we pick up the yarn for this one, and we complete the round. So we're done with the round. Both items are on the 1 long needle, and from now on every round will be worked as we worked that joining round, where we worked the first half of the first item we work the first and second half of the second item, and then we work the second half of the first, so that you're always going around in that direction. Again, that will work for any kind of cast-on method. It will work whether it's an open tube cast-on or a closed tube cast-on. So now I'm going to show you how you can cast on both items at the same time on the same needle rather than starting them separately. This works for cast-on situations where you are casting on each stitch on its own separately, that you're not relying on a previous cast-on stitch or two in order to create the new ones. So this will work for the long tail cast-on, the twisted German cast-on, the backwards loop cast-on. There are a lot of cast-ons it will work for. It's not going to work for knitting on or the cable cast-on, at least that I know of. If anybody in the comments wants to say how they think they can make it work, let me know. So let's say we are going to do an open cast-on, like an open tube, and we want to use the long tail cast-on. So we are going to work half of the stitches needed for the first item. So basically we're casting across the first half of the round for the first item. So let's say we need 20 altogether, so we want to do 10 for each half of the round. Okay, we've got the first half of the round here, and now we want to do the second one, and we're going to cast on all of the stitches for the second one. So this time we're going to be casting on 20. Okay, so I have all 20, and what I'm going to do now is divide this into its two halves, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So I'm going to bend my cable and poke it through that halfway point. So now I have the first half of the round resting on the cable, and the second half is on the current working needle. So I finished the blue yarn, and now I need to continue with the green. So the green is over here. Okay, so this is the tail. That one goes over the thumb. The other yarn goes over my index finger, and now I can finish casting on the final 10 stitches for this one. All right, so now I've cast all these on. And the reason that knitting on or the cable cast on doesn't work in this situation is because in order to do the first cast on, and for a cable cast on here, I'd have to go between the two previous stitches. Or if I wanted to do knitting on, I'd have to knit into this stitch. So that's problematic when you have this kind of arrangement. So this does work, obviously, for long tail cast on, twisted German, backwards loop, anything where you are creating the cast on stitches independently of any previous cast on stitch. So now we can get these all arranged on their respective needles. And it is a little futzy. You have to worry about, the cast on twisting around, all of the normal things, but you have to keep it in mind for both of them. So this does work, but you may or may not find it appealing. It is possible to get both cast-ons onto one needle when you are doing a closed cast-on. So that would be a Judy's Magic cast-on, figure 8 cast-on, or the Turkish cast-on. The challenge with these cast-ons is that you're basically just wrapping yarn around the needles. They're not really secure. So after you've cast on for the first one, if you let go of those stitches, they want to loosen and fall off the needles. So there is a trick for this that I will show you. So let's say we're going to use Judy's Magic cast-on. We're going to start with the first one. Let's say we want 20 stitches all together, so 10 on each needle. All right, so I've got all 10, but again, if I let go of these, they're just going to slide off. So I need to secure these two tails. And one way you can do that is with one of these little sewing clips. Some people use these also to clip together edges for knitting. but you'd want to slide it down the needle far enough so it's not going to interfere with the other cast on, or you could even put it on the cables. You want to make sure that when you clip it together, you see this smooth side here is the one that's still up. When you look at the bumpy side, you want to make sure you have the needles in this orientation so that you're not casting on the other one upside down relative to this. So you can clip that, and then you can cast on the next one. Okay, so I finished casting on this one. This is my tail, so this is my actual working yarn. I'm going to turn the work this way so I can start knitting in the round, making sure that that tail doesn't come loose. So I'm going to pull this one out in order to work across the first half of this round. So the second one that you cast on ends up being item number 1. So you're casting the second one on first and the first one on second. So I drop the yarn for the first one, and then I pick up the yarn for the second one. I want to make sure I've got the working yarn so that I can keep it tight while I let this one, the clip off. And now I can knit across the second one. So I've knit across the first half of each round, and now I'm going to do the second half. And then it's just like all of the other ones. You're working them so that you're working half of the first one, fully the second, and then the second half of the first one. So from here on in, it's just like the others. Again, I have a playlist for this series on 2 at a time knitting, which you can find down in the video description, as well as playlists for knitting in the round and for closed cast on methods, which you can find over here, as well as below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.